Jo washes her hands at her kitchen sink. A large white sheet is draped over her, covering her head and body. She shakes her hands dry. She turns, reaching out. Her hands search for the kettle. She picks it up. She walks towards the back of the room to a table covered in white cloth. Her fingers drift against the fridge. She clicks the kettle in its base. She stoops over. She rises with a paper hat shaped like a pope's mitre, holding it aloft. A close-up of the white kettle. Grey text, kitchen Alba. Jo now stands uncovered, still holding the hat. She has long white hair and white eyebrows, and dressed all in black. She places it to the front right of the table. She reaches to a shelf and takes a large metal bowl, positions its centre. She lifts the kettle high above it. She swirls the water. Using both hands, she flicks her hair to hang in front of her face and submerges it into the water. She twists and turns to wet it further, and then uses her hands to dampen it.
Then Madge came over that night and Madge said, I'll help you bath Joanne, and so we put you in the bowl, washed your hair first, she wrapped you up in the towel, and Madge sprinkles, puts the whole water on your. Next thing was, all your hair vanished. And I thought, my goodness, her whole hair's gone. We got into a panic then. And she said, it'll be all right. So she wrapped you in the towel and started drying off your hair, and then it all started coming back again. It was really funny. All you could see was the skin of your head. And no hair. And then it all came back and it was a silky and a shiny and silky. It was just like pure silk.
Out of the water, she whips her drenched hair back and forth. She wraps a white towel around her head, twisting it into a turban. She removes the bowl and places it on the floor behind the table. She retrieves a loaf of packaged white bread. Inside is also a packet of crisps. She puts 2 slices on a plate and grabs the crisp packet. She makes a sandwich and cuts it into triangles. She flings the loaf away. 2 hands fold over the sandwich. She places the hat on top, then moves it to one side. She removes the towel from her head, her hair cloaking her face. She dries it with a white hairdryer. Her hair billows and flickers in front of her, strands rising and falling against the air.
Yeah, we're coming down at McDonald's and he wasn't young, and I'd say not more than maybe 13, 14, and he shouted at you, "Oh, look at that albino," or something, and you just turned and ran after him to get him, and of course I had to start running after you because you weren't very old at the time either, I don't think. And I wouldn't say you'd been more than maybe 8, something like that. No, you didn't, but you would have. If you had have got him, I'd say you really would have. I think he ran for his life. He was that petrified. Because you would have done, only you'd have got killed actually. You'd running across roads and everything to catch up with him. Should have got him and give him a good beating.
She faces away and brushes her hair forward over her face, turning as she does so.
The Pope was coming to Coventry, to Baginton Airport, where we lived out in Willenhall. And there was lots of people coming back to stay at our house. Lots of family and friends, about 60 people. And my sister went over and got everything ready, put on all the food and everything, and then Dad picked me up and we brought you home. And they weren't going to let me come home because they said the roads would be so blocked that they wouldn't be able, the nurse, the midwife wouldn't be able to get to me. If not, she'd come the next day.
She slams her hands and face the table. Her hair streams around her.
The Pope was showing on the television. And she said, "Come and sit down and watch the Pope." She said, "He's just arriving." So he was just coming to Coventry. He was arriving out like in his motorcade or whatever he went round in.
She inches her head from the table, slowly, her hair a curtain in front of her.
The Pope was coming when you were coming. You were arriving home when the Pope was coming at the same time. So that was funny. So, yeah.
He was arriving the same time as me?
Yeah, he was, yeah. He was coming home when you were coming home. You and the Pope was coming together.
She raises her head gradually to the light above. She sweeps her hair back. Both arms then raise to her sides. Her gaze faces directly forwards for the first time. Her eyes glance sideways. She reaches for the hat. She places it on her head, revealing the sandwich. She sits down and pulls the plate forward. She lifts the sandwich and takes a bite from the centre. She chews, gently smiling. Credits made by Joe Bannon. Produced by Make. Commissioned by British Council, #Women Power in Culture for WOW Festival. Filmmaker John Stevenson. Cinematographer Jack Offord. Sound recordist Caroline Heatley. Sound design Yaz Clark. Sound mixer Alan Deacon. The staged version of Alba was originally commissioned by In Between Time with Oval House and Pink Fringe, funded by Arts Council England. Coventry Carol by Coventry Cathedral Choir and St Michael's Singers used with permission courtesy Classic Fox Records. For Monica Bannon.